What are you still mad about? When I was 7 I spent the night at my cousin's house. Before dinner, my uncle led the prayer. When he finished, my cousin blurts up had his eyes open while you prayed. So my uncle railed on me about how it's disrespectful to have your eyes open while you pray. I said how did he know my eyes were open if his eyes were closed? My uncle told me I couldn't have dessert. I never had my eyes open during the prayer. B****ch. Back in my junior year history class, we were writing an open book quiz. I dropped my pencil, and it bounced under the desk of a guy next to me. He noticed and picked it up. My teacher immediately failed both of us for cheating. The quiz was maybe 5% of our grade, and it was 20 years ago, but it still burns my grits. When I was in 2nd grade I asked my teacher permission to go to the bathroom. She said yes. When my son was 3 this big kid pushed him off the top of a bouncy house slide then jumped on top of him breaking his arm. I ran over to my son while my friend confronted the kid's dad. When told his son broke my kid's arm the dad laughed. We had a classroom pet lizard in the 3rd grade. I went to the pencil sharpener during class and noticed that it had been frightened and attached its tail. Something we learned about lizards when they brought it into the classroom. I loudly gasped when I saw it and received after school detention for disrupting the class. I was an 8-year-old that was punished for seeing something scary to me. Still angry. Bank of America doing their best to F***k up my home loan 10 years ago. Even though it eventually was sorted out, my blood pressure rises every time I think about it. When I was in the 6th grade I had trouble with math, and as such, tended to ask a lot of questions in class. Once, when we were reviewing something, I think it was algebra, I raised my hand to ask a question because I didn't understand, and the teacher said, in an annoyed tone and totally serious, "Oh, geez, I guess you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink." Embarrassed me to the point where I never asked questions in that class again, and ended up just barely passing. I'm 25 now, and it still makes me mad. F***ku Mrs. Magnuson. So back when I was in kindergarten my class has a huge snitch. We were doing arts and crafts and I ended up getting her as a partner. She said my name, and when I turned around the string I was holding ended up hitting her in the arm. A string. And she cried and told the teacher, had to move my clip down. And my parents kept telling me don't hit people. After all that I still hate her. When I was at university my sister's school had a fundraising thing where they accepted donations for them to sell off in a car boot sale. My mum gave away my entire book collection without letting me know. This included a book that my granddad gave to me when I turned 15 where he wishes me the best, a couple from teachers after I left their class and a few that I exchanged with friends. When I graduated secondary school, we gave each other a copy of some of our favorite books. I know I'm a nerd. I only found out months later with no way to track them down. I was working at a large nationwide retail store a few years back. My girlfriend, now wife, had brought me half a pizza so I could eat something. So I take it to the back, write my name real big on the box, and put it in the refrigerator. 2 hours later I go on my lunch break, grab the box, and it feels a little off. I set it on a table and open it up. Empty. Some jackass ate all 4 slices of pizza and put the empty box back in the refrigerator. I'll never know who it was since the break room doesn't have cameras and there are so many employees that go in and out within the 2-hour window. I don't have the words for what I felt, but it was somewhere between just sobbing on the floor and rage. I was so happy that my so thought of me enough to bring me food and was really looking forward to it because I almost never ate at work, only to get in there and open an empty box. F***ku you fellow large nationwide retail store employee. Being the only 2nd grade class in the history of my school to miss out in the annual apple picking trip, all because a group of boys had been consistently acting out for a while. The teachers believed the best way to punish them was to pull the field trip from everyone. Of course, the boys didn't learn anything from it, and I was left quite bitter. that I made it to the final 2 for a very good marketing job in a hiring process with WWE 6 years ago, only 4 at the final hour. When they made their decision, a former employee got wind of the job and just texted the hiring manager, and both of us were out. My best friend in 7th grade texted me while pretending to be her mom. She texted me saying that she had killed herself. And when I saw my friend in person the next week, she laughed when I told her that I had thrown up because I cried so hard. Now I have major trust issues, and I still have a grudge on her. That my parents sold my lawn board that I bought and kept the money to themselves. My mum let my sister play Nintendogs on my DS. She wanted to buy a new dog. The problem was to do that she had to delete another dog, and she deleted Bello, my best dog that I had trained for over a year. I was talking to my neighbor after school one day and had asked me how my stepmom's pregnancy was doing. I didn't know what he was talking about, so he showed me a picture of a positive pregnancy test my stepmom had sent him 2 days prior. I had told my parents I was upset that they did not tell me. They denied it. When I confronted my dad in the parking lot about him lying to me, he told me he does not lie to me. He denied that my stepmom was pregnant in the first place. The child is my father's. About 2 months later, my stepmom walks up to me and says, "Since you already know I'm pregnant, it's a girl by the way." Edit. My neighbor is not the father of the child. He has his wonderful partner. I have gay neighbors. Christmas Day when I was 8 I rode my brand new scooter to grandma's to show my uncle and left it in the front yard. I came out with my uncle less than 5 minutes later and someone stole that MOTHERF***KER. Edit. I don't remember this, but I was talking to my brother. Apparently he was there too and got his scooter stolen as well. My dad always harassed me for not liking watermelon. He called me picky. I was one of the most open-minded kid eaters ever. I ate everything put in front of me. My dad would not eat squash. The hypocrisy. I had a friend as close as a brother steal $500 cash from my wallet and proceed to abuse the F***K out of my kindness. Good news is I got the money all back after he realized I was on to his theft and not falling for his lies. Bad news is he sliced my couch up, pretended to find $200 of the $500 trying to masquerade his theft. He even said I should give him a cut of that, even though I was still out $300. My couch is still ruined too, and I sleep on that thing. No longer associated with him, but I really wanna curb stomp his B*****CHS. Edit. He's not a drug addict. A friend from college called me and asked if I wanted to get coffee. I hadn't seen her in years and I really enjoyed hanging out with her back in the day, so I was very excited to hear from her. I happily drove out to a coffee shop a town over where she was in the area, walked in, gave her a hug, met a friend she had with her, got our drinks, and settled into a corner. She was pitching me Amway. The friend was someone showing her how to do it. This was 2011. I'm still upset about it. In grade 8, on the school bus home, someone behind me threw a paper ball at the bus driver. I was looking at the bus driver. She immediately said it was me. I denied it. She reported me to the assistant principal. I got detention for the first time ever because some chap decided to throw a piece of paper at the bus driver. I'm still sour about that stupid incident. I went to a *VERY* Catholic school and a teacher I had when I was 7 years old told everybody who were pulled listen that she could see the devil in me. It took me the better part of 2 decades to realize I wasn't a piece of **T because of her. I still kinda feel guilty about, like, existing. My mom surrendered my dog while I was at school cause she, the dog, kept eating my shoes. 2 years ago, when my mom died we had a low-key memorial barbecue. My mom wouldn't have wanted anything fancy. She legitimately told me to burn her and save the life insurance money before she passed. Anyway, her older sister, who lived less than an hour away couldn't be bothered to attend. Keep in mind that my impoverished mother had been both loaning them money and lending them her car. Not to mention my family had provided them the land to place their home on. She had no job. There was literally no reason for her not to be there. 2 years previous I had taken 2 days off of work and drove 3 hours to be with them when her husband died. Dead to me. In 2nd grade, some kid asked me what I thought of his cube building. I told him it was priceless. He promptly called the teacher over and told her that I had insulted his building. She agreed with him and put me in detention after class. If you're reading this, you can go F***K yourself, Garrett. Edit. Thank you all for making this miserable memory a little less miserable. I think I speak for all of us when we say F***K Garrett. When I was in elementary we had a thing called school habits. The teachers will make sure that we went with the correct school uniform. White socks all the way up, hair tied up. My mom always sent me to school with everything correct, but my dumb switch teacher never put me a 10. So it was 6 or 7, which was really low. My mom went to talk about it and my teacher said, yeah, but after recess she has her socks down, her hair all messy etc like B****ch. I was in elementary. I will run all over the place, you asshole. Later we found out it was BC. My mom was single mom. This teacher was super religious and didn't approve my mom having a child without getting married. That my brother bullied/emotionally blackmailed my dad into spending over tens of thousands of on his farm in the couple of years before my dad died. My brother knew he was inheriting the farm and went on and on and on about how he would struggle financially and how solar panels would help until dad to install them and put in new heating and bought extra fields. Then the day before my dad died at home I found him giving his wife's family a tour of the house and showing them what he was going to change. I hate him for it, but almost the last thing my dad said to me was, it's up to you to keep the family together. So I've never challenged him about his behavior or the lies he's told people since. 9 years ago my now wife came to my place for the 2nd time and dipped her spoon into my tiramisu after refusing her portion. I had a best friend. Friends for 20 odd years, since we were 12. A few years ago she did something that let my daughter down. I spoke to her and told her not to promise things to a child that you then won't deliver on. It was her time she had promised and my daughter was so excited to spend time with her. After that conversation she cut me dead. Deleted me from FB, out of her life. That was it. 20 years of going through everything together and it's just gone. I'm so mad and hurt. Still. Mad that I'm profoundly deaf because my mother was too lazy to take me to the hospital when I had severe fever. Shortly after our breakup I realized that my late mother's jewelry box was missing. There wasn't anything high-end or expensive in it, but that Ashat either took it and tossed it just to be a dick, or he took it and gave it to the gutter slide he was banging behind my back. Either way I no longer have the only thing I ever wanted from the jewelry box, the charm bracelet my mother had throughout her life. The charms represented big moments on her life, graduation, wedding, my birth. All of them are gone. F***ku Jason. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.